This is ABC7 News at 11, your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
Good evening, I'm Haley Wilkes. Thank you for joining us tonight. Our top story this evening, a plane missing one of its wheels makes an emergency landing at the Sarasota-Bradenton International Airport. The very shaky landing happened near the Dolphin Aviation section of the airport, and that's where we find ABC7's Rick Adams with the latest tonight out there. Rick.
Yeah, Haley, this emergency landing took place right back there. It's really a miracle that everyone walked away from this. This is video of the twin-engine plane making an emergency landing at Sarasota-Bradenton International Airport with one of its wheels missing. As you can see, it skids off the runway onto the grass before coming to a complete stop. Airport officials say the plane was initially heading to Tampa from Belize before being diverted to SRQ.
It was executed flawlessly with plenty of our own equipment here, plenty of personnel, plenty of backup. We had lots of backup, medical, fire, and police backup as well. So the plan was executed perfectly and everyone walked away, and that's the best part.
There were 3 men and 1 female on board the small plane. The plane spent about an hour circling over the Gulf, burning fuel before making the emergency landing around 6 o'clock Friday night.
Luckily, when it did land, the aircraft did not catch fire. There were sparks, but it safely skidded into the grass.
The emergency landing happened on the main runway, causing it to be shut down temporarily.
Any air carrier traffic that's due to come in after this is delayed, either going to be diverted to another airport, or depending on how fast we get the runway open and back in operational, they may land at another airport and then take off later and come here.
It's not yet known how the wheel came off the plane, but the ground crew at the airport in Belize says they have the wheel. The Federal Aviation Administration is continuing with their investigation. And all those on board declined to comment. As soon as we receive more information on this, we'll certainly pass it along to you. Reporting live from SRQ this evening, I'm Rick Adams. Haley, back to you.
Thank you, Rick. A raid at 3 massage parlors ends in the arrest of 3 people today in Venice after police say they found evidence of prostitution. Police opened an investigation after receiving several complaints and found at least one of the parlors offering sex services online. Over the past 3 months, detectives have been keeping a track of those businesses and the customers that they have brought in. All 3 businesses have now been shut down. This investigation is ongoing. Firefighters in Manatee County spent the afternoon battling a fire that broke out near US 41 North in Palmetto. It started around 3 o'clock in a small shed or a building behind a home. By the time the crews had arrived, the building was fully involved and started a brush fire. No injuries were reported, but some firefighters had to be checked out due to the high temperatures.
We just have to take care of ourselves. One of the biggest things that we tell our personnel is to just hydrate. Hydrate before coming on duty. If they start trying to hydrate when they are at work, they're a little late. So especially with the temperatures that we have right now, it doesn't take very long.
The fire was fully extinguished within a couple of hours. And now for a check on our forecast, which continues to be very warm. Let's head over to Bob.
Yeah, hard to believe. It's 80 degrees right now, Haley, and the dew point temperature is still very high, too. So it's warm and it's muggy. Winds out of the southeast at 11, and the pressure now 30-10, which is high, and that continues to rise. What we have is high pressure, which means sinking air, which actually heats up as it sinks. And that's the reason why it's been so warm. And you can see that dry air continues to kind of move in from the Gulf of Mexico. We had quite a bit more around yesterday with that dry air in place, but it will be here. We're not anticipating any rainfall to cool us down over the weekend either. Temperatures right now statewide, 77 in Jacksonville. It's 81 still in Miami, and 80 degrees I mentioned here in Sarasota, 81 in Mayaca City. Mayaca City today at 95 degrees, and Sebring has cooled down some 20 degrees. They were up at 95. 79 in Anna Maria. 80 at Siesta Key, 79 in Inglewood, and Port Charlotte now checking in at 79 degrees. The forecast overnight, generally fair, a little bit of fog forming. We've had that over the past couple of mornings. You saw that low cloudiness hang around to about 9, 10 o'clock, and then it burns off, revealing lots of sunshine, and that means the heat, it will be back on tomorrow. Details on all that coming up in a few minutes. Haley?
Thank you, Bob. Despite President Trump's promise to crack down on illegal immigration, a new report shows he's actually falling behind his predecessor when it comes to deportations. Immigrations and Customs Enforcement says the agency has removed more than 54,000 people since the start of the Trump administration. During the same time period last year, more than 62,000 people were deported. However, arrests of undocumented immigrants are on the rise, increasing by about 30% compared to last year. ICE says it is targeting people who are a threat to national security and public safety. Tomorrow will mark President Trump's first 100 days in office, traditionally a time to take stock of a new president. ABC's Chuck Sievertson takes a look.
On the eve of President Trump's first 100 days in office, North Korea again seizing the spotlight, launching another missile. This one broke up minutes after takeoff, traveling just 21 miles. The president tweeting, "North Korea disrespected the wishes of China and its highly respected president when it launched, though unsuccessfully, a missile today. Bad." On his 99th day in office, President Trump personally thanked the National Rifle Association, among his earliest supporters.
"I will never, ever infringe on the right of the people to keep and bear arms. Never, ever."
What has Mr. Trump done in 100 days? Perhaps his biggest accomplishment, Neil Gorsuch, the newest Supreme Court justice. The president has signed more than 24 bills into law, but no major legislation. His pledge to repeal and replace Obamacare stalled in Congress. And the man who called President Obama's use of executive orders major power grabs of authority signed 30 himself, more than any modern-era president in their first 100 days. With his border wall nowhere in sight. Democrats give him a failing grade.
In terms of helping the middle class, F. A lot of talk, no real action.
While Mr. Trump sounds nostalgic about private life.
I loved my previous life. I had so many things going. I actually... This is more work than in my previous life. I thought it would be easier.
Maybe in the second 100 days. Chuck Sievertson, ABC News, New York.
And straight ahead, Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan will be back with the official Suncoast forecast for the weekend. Plus, as the legislative session gets ready to wrap up soon in Tallahassee, we're finding out how much funding public schools will receive. And a sweet reunion. First responders and Good Samaritans visit the Oak Park students they helped rescue and comfort after a school bus crash.
Jackpots, it's Mega Millions.
Good evening, I'm Carol Blackman. It's Friday, April 28th, and tonight's Mega Millions jackpot is an estimated annuitized $61 million. To win the jackpot, all you have to do is match all 5 white balls plus the Go Mega Ball. Good luck, get out your tickets. Your first number is 18. Up next is 6. That's followed by 13. Then we have 20. And our final white ball is 31. Time now for the Gold Mega Ball. The Gold Mega Ball is 13. Your winning numbers again are 16, 6, 13, 20, 31, and the Gold Mega Ball is 13. Now, if no one matches all 6 numbers, Tuesday's jackpot could be $70 million. Correction, 18.
I witnessed him have 2 heart attacks in ICU. He went through seizures.
We'd much rather have Aaron like this than dead. A lot of parents don't have that luxury.
He can't talk. He can't walk. This is a condition Aaron will live with for the rest of his life because he abused prescription pills.
Mind your meds. Learn more from the Partnership for Drug-Free Kids.
Check out My Suncoast Dining on mysuncoast.com, your guide to the foodie lifestyle. ABC7's own Chef Judy serves up her favorite recipes, cooking tips and trends, dining blogs, step-by-step videos, and Suncoast Restaurant Guide. You'll find it all at mysuncoast.com/dining.
Since 1972, Sleep King has provided quality mattresses and accessories at the best discounted prices available. Top brands like Simmons, Sealy, Serta, Beautyrest, iComfort, and more. With available free delivery, free financing, and free setup and removal. For a comfortable night's sleep with same-day delivery, even if we have to carry it on our backs. Trust Sleep King of Sarasota. Buy it today, sleep on it tonight.
I knew I could get myself out of this. I just needed some hope and some help.
I took the first step to recovery when I made the call.
Since 2014, Addiction Hope and Helpline has answered calls for recovery and treatment 24/7, 365 days a year. If you're depressed, drinking, using drugs, or taking pills, call now and talk to someone who cares.
I had problems just getting to sleep, drinking and using pills every night.
I feel like I'm losing control. I'm afraid I'll lose my job or even my family.
Most insurance covers substance abuse. You can get back on track. Call now for hope and help with proven gentle recovery programs.
I never thought that I could be somebody who didn't drink and use drugs.
I have something to hold on to for strength. I'm in recovery, getting the help I need.
Call 800-622-1941. 800-622-1941.
It's the season of savings right now during the spring clearance event at Sunset Dodge, Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota. Over 100 standard and available safety features make the new Chrysler Pacifica a safe investment for any family. And right now, you can own one for just $24,999. Or get one of America's longest-lasting pickups and save up to $11,000 on a new Ram Crew Cab. Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota.
Bob, we are in for a hot weekend. That's
yeah,
for sure.
At least it's the weekend. Yeah, so we're happy
it
about
doesn't
that.
even matter what happens with the weather. It's the weekend, right?
The beaches are going to be nice too because the water temperature's in the low 80s, so it shouldn't be too bad there. But inland areas, yes, indeed, it's going to be a very hot weekend. Well, it was today too, but a nice sunset out on the waters tonight, and some beautiful after effects. The afterglow as a result of the clouds that were around as the sun was setting on Sarasota Bay, and you can see some of those clouds around creating this nice pink look in the sky, and we'll see similar conditions again tomorrow. There'll be a few clouds in the afternoon and evening. Titan radar picture not depicting any rainfall here. The moisture is all kind of trapped down to our south right now. We're getting that summer pattern already in Cuba, and near the Florida Straits had a few showers over southeast Florida. One or two lone showers this evening, but not much going on here. All is quiet and will stay that way. Overnight, we are not anticipating any rainfall as a result of a large area of high pressure, which continues to dominate the weather. This high has been kind of situated here for the past few days now, bringing us that east to southeasterly wind component, also feeding a lot of moisture on into this frontal boundary, which is causing some flooding concerns from Indiana through parts of Ohio and also into Missouri tonight. We'll talk more about that in a little bit. Currently, it's 80 degrees, still warm, and the dew point is up there at 67. Winds are out of the southeast at 11. The pressure on the rise, 30-10. The high today, above average, close to a record. It was 89 degrees, the record high 92, and no rainfall report. That's the same old story, and will probably stay that way through most of the weekend. There's a slight chance for an inland storm well east of I-75. The forecast tomorrow, even near the coast, it's going to get a little bit warmer. The reason why is because the winds will be a little bit brisk out of the southeast. Whenever that happens, the sea breeze doesn't have much of a chance to get going. It takes a little longer to develop. On top of that, it has to fight that southeasterly wind so it doesn't get far inland. So just along the immediate coast, more than likely that sea breeze will be pinned as we continue to see the winds work its way around that high pressure ridge in a clockwise fashion, bringing us that southeasterly flow. And then the storms will break out tomorrow and Sunday, and those storms will be big tomorrow in Texas and then through the lower Mississippi Valley on Sunday, eventually weakening as they push toward the panhandle of Florida. I mentioned the heavy rainfall. It's still occurring, and even the potential for tornadoes across parts of Illinois, Indiana, and Ohio tonight. Cincinnati getting some big storms, and more are possible, mainly to the southeast of that location. You can see the area in yellow, that's a severe thunderstorm watch. The area in red is a tornado watch box still in effect over southern Indiana, stretching off into Louisville, Kentucky. Has the potential for the rough weather there tonight and still for the next couple of hours as that line makes its way to the southeast. And the flood watch all in the area of green that you see there. And guess what? Snow. And there could be a lot of it in the central Rockies, in the central Colorado in particular. Even Denver getting snowfall right now as the cold air is kind of wrapping around, coming down from the northern Rockies on into Colorado right now. Get a look at some of the snowfall forecast totals right there near Denver and to the south and southwest of it. expecting up to a foot of snowfall as that warm, moist air continues to feed into that area of low pressure over the weekend. So kind of an interesting phenomena setting up there. Warm in Philadelphia, 71 there, 63 in Pittsburgh, and 56 in Detroit. Temperatures much cooler in places like Denver, where it's 31 degrees there now, and 43 in Bismarck, 83 in Dallas. Temperatures heating up over the deep south, and that will be a trend, I think, through the weekend. Mobile, 77, and New Orleans, 79 degrees, and the temperature at 80 in Columbia, South Carolina. Forecast for the cold air is to stay out west and ridging to take place over the southeast. You'll notice those reds and deep oranges covering most of the southeast United States, stretching up into the Ohio Valley over the weekend. For boaters tomorrow, a little bit windy to start things off. Seas running 2 to 3 feet and a moderate chop on the bays and inland waters. Water temperature at 81. High tide at 4:29. A low tide will be at 8:45, and sunrise will be at 6:53. Tonight, a little bit of fog, otherwise fair. And then tomorrow, we'll have mostly sunny and near record highs. Temperatures in the low to mid 90s for most areas, with the exception of the beaches. And then we'll see a slight chance for a shower or two with a little bit more clouds as the front approaches on Monday. Better chances Wednesday through Friday next week. Haley?
Thank you, Bob. Possessing or selling a credit card skimmer could become a third-degree felony under a bill now heading to Governor Rick Scott's desk. The House and Senate unanimously passed the bill today. If the bill is signed into law, people possessing or selling skimmers could face up to 5 years in prison and a $5,000 fine. Florida already has a law making it illegal to use the devices to steal credit card information. If approved, the new law would take effect in October. A Polk County man accused of killing one boy and injuring 4 other students in a drunk driving accident made his first appearance in court today. John Camfield is being held on a $600,000 bond. He is facing 11 charges, including DUI manslaughter and vehicular homicide. He was arrested yesterday afternoon after hitting 5 students who were walking home from school and then driving away from the scene, leaving the witnesses shocked.
It's so sad because people are so selfish. They don't think before they take on actions, like they don't think of other ones, especially drunk drivers. Like, come on, you just took out 3 kids. 3 kids. You did, and then you had the audacity to keep going. Don't stop, just keep going. You can't even get out and check on them.
A 13-year-old boy died from his injuries this morning. Another 13-year-old remains in the intensive care unit. A pregnant woman was also injured after Camden also hit her car. His blood alcohol level was nearly twice the legal limit when tested 7 hours after the crash. Drivers who pass a stopped school bus and injure or kill a student may soon face harsher penalties in Florida. The House passing the measure unanimously today. Under this new bill, the driver would receive a $1,500 fine and a 1-year license suspension. They would also have to serve 120 hours of community service in a trauma center and attend a victim impact panel or a driver improvement course. Currently, drivers are fined $1,000 and are given a 6-month suspension. Public schools in the state will see a small increase in funding next year. Budget negotiators in the House and Senate are agreeing to increase public school spending by about $241 million. That's about a 1% increase for each student. House Speaker Richard Corcoran and Senate President Joe Negron reached a sweeping budget deal behind closed doors. It includes spending $200 million on Schools of Hope to shift students from failing schools to privately run charter schools. A follow-up on a school bus crash in Sarasota that sent nearly a dozen people to the hospital. This is a great follow-up. Students and staff at Oak Park School are now getting the chance to meet and thank the first responders who came to their rescue after the accident. Principal Edwina Oliver invited these first responders, medical personnel, and Good Samaritans to the school's annual Panther Prowl race today. She says she wanted to make sure that everyone who helped keep these students safe know that they are appreciated.
And the teamwork they had together between the EMTs, the law enforcement, it was just wonderful that day because you had kids, about 5 or 6 of them that were nonverbal. They didn't have any information on who was who, and it was just them patiently working through the chaotic at that time, the chaoticness. It was a good thing for us.
The 16 people injured after the crash after troopers say a car cut off a bus at the intersection of Proctor and Gant Road. This was on April 11th. The bus swerved off the road and hit a power pole. Today, students also gave the first responders some handmade thank you cards. What an amazing reunion. Sports is next.
All hands on deck. What's up? I want to point out 3 tips for using the home computer more safely. Point away.
First, stop. Make sure your software is up to date and that you've password protected your computer's login and Wi-Fi connection.
Next, think before visiting a site, opening attachments, or clicking on links.
Then connect, knowing you're helping make the web safer for you
and for everyone. Make Stop, Think, Connect part of your daily online routine.
Everything all right?
Actually, you know how Tom had knee surgery? Sure. We found out Brad's been taking his painkillers. And it turns out he's been doing it for a while.
Most people don't know what to say about drugs, but we do. Visit us at drugfree.org.
Is your mop a dirty, disgusting mess? You need the Hurricane 360 Spin Mop System, the only mop and bucket that spins the dirt away. A system that cleans practically anything and everything with super absorbent microfiber. Dip it in the washer side and the mess releases into the bucket. Then place it in the dryer side and push on the pedal. You get a clean mop pad that's practically dry and ready for more. And your hands will never again touch a dirty, disgusting mop. The heads are washable and reusable. Get the Hurricane 360 Spin Mop System for just 2 payments of $19.99. You'll also get a Sticky Buddy, the reusable sticky roller that picks up pet hair and lint and washes clean in seconds. You can take advantage of our 2-for-1 Pick It Up special and get a second spin mop set. Just pay additional shipping and fee. And we'll upgrade you to free priority handling. So don't wait. Order now.
Call 1-800-394-1524 to get your Hurricane Spin Mop double offer. So hurry and call 1-800-394-1524. Call now.
Are you Goodwill?
Yes, because when I donate
or shop at Goodwill,
I'm creating a job.
I am Goodwill, yeah, yeah.
When you want to get away from it all, to a place where you can do everything, or nothing at all, surrounded by natural beauty and all the modern amenities you might desire, then you'll want to be here at the Wannabe Inn on the beautiful shores of Manasota Key, Florida. To plan your escape, log on to wannabeinn.com.
Hi, I'm Chef Judy. Every Wednesday morning, I'll be with the chefs at the Publix Aprons Cooking School serving up the most wonderful dishes. Watch Aprons in the Kitchen every Wednesday on ABC7's Good Morning Suncoast.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
Now, sports.
The NFL draft continues tonight in Philadelphia with teams making their second and third round picks for the upcoming season. The Buccaneers and the Dolphins looking to build up their defense. Linebacker Justin Evans from Texas A&M will head to the Buccaneers. The Dolphins choose Ohio State University linebacker Raekwon McMillan. Meanwhile, the Jaguars looking at their offense, picking Alabama offensive lineman Cam Robinson. To the NBA now, where 2 teams have been eliminated from the playoffs. Starting in Chicago, the Bulls looking to stay alive against the #1 seed Boston Celtics. The Celtics offense starts off strong, giving the Celtics an 8-point lead early in Game 6, but ending the first quarter 7-point lead. They outscore the Bulls by about 6 points in the first 3 quarters. The Bulls gain some strength in the fourth, but ultimately lose the game 105-83. The Celtics move on to round 2. Meanwhile, in Atlanta, the Hawks fall to the Wizards 115-99 in Game 6. The Wizards will also move on to round 2. And then the Clippers are looking to advance to the second round in the first quarter of the Game 6 against the Utah Jazz. They are down by 3. The Tampa Bay Rays, now to baseball, facing the struggling Toronto Blue Jays in Toronto tonight. Derek Norris gets the Rays on the board with a line over shortstop Ryan Goins, bringing the Rays up by 1. That's how it will stay until the bottom of the 5th. A base hit by Darwin Barney allows Kevin Pillar to score and tie things up. And then a double play brings the Blue Jays up by 1 in that same inning. But a late surge with 3 home runs by the Rays in the 8th helped them win 7-4. The Los Angeles Dodgers are honoring Vin Scully. The retired broadcaster will be inducted into the team's Ring of Honor. The ceremony will be held on Wednesday before the Dodgers face their rival, the San Francisco Giants. The 89-year-old Hall of Fame broadcaster retired in October after 67 years of calling Dodgers games in Brooklyn and in Los Angeles. The Dodgers will also give away a commemorative microphone statue to the first 40,000 fans in attendance. Congratulations. That's a look at sports. We'll have our winning lotto numbers right after this.
Introducing the all-new Alfa Romeo Giulia, a performance masterpiece. Race-inspired handling and lightning-fast response times take your drive to the next level. Find yours at Alfa Romeo of Sarasota.
Your daughter just had her first breakup. Do you A, put yourself in her shoes? B, console her?
Don't worry, sweetie. This is gonna happen a lot.
Or C, find her a new boyfriend?
Nice, single boys. That was weird.
As a parent, there are no perfect answers. But you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
ABC7 News at 7, weeknights.
Attention, this is an important message for anyone who has taken Xarelto or Pradaxa. If you or a loved one took the blood thinner medication Xarelto or Pradaxa and was then hospitalized for internal bleeding, you may be entitled to significant compensation. Xarelto and Pradaxa have been linked to serious, even fatal internal bleeding. If you suffered a stroke, heart attack, or serious internal bleeding, or if a loved one died after taking Xarelto or Pradaxa, call us now. Our network of attorneys have years of experience fighting the big pharmaceutical companies and is ready to fight for you. Potential claims are being reviewed for users of Xarelto or Pradaxa who have suffered severe bleeding or hemorrhaging, stroke, or even death. Our network of experienced attorneys is ready to fight for you. You won't pay a thing unless your case is settled. Call today for a free confidential consultation. Don't fight this alone.
Please call 800-928-6604. That is 800-928-6604.
Everyone loves a bright and cheerful smile. Not everyone can find the dental care they need and can afford. Now there's a place nearby where anyone can receive professional quality dental care at an affordable cost. The LECOM School of Dental Medicine in Lakewood Ranch is now accepting patients. You will receive your care in comfortable, state-of-the-art treatment rooms. To schedule your appointment, please call the LECOM Dental Group practices, 941-405-1600. We will be happy to see you smiling again.
Giulia from Alfa Romeo. Appearance. Performance. Power. Find yours at Alfa Romeo of Sarasota.
With temperatures in the 90s, it's been the perfect day for some ice cream. And this is some good ice cream because she comes at the station sometimes. It's really good. The Bradenton Veterinary Hospital decided to treat the public and their pets to free ice cream made right here on the Suncoast. Look at how cute these dogs are. The hospital's slogan is "Love Your Friends," so the owners decided to provide the opportunity for pet lovers to get together. They say they hope to plan similar events in the future.
It is the first time we've done this. We'd like to do it more often. We want to be known as the community veterinarian, and we're trying to invite people here to have an ice cream and have some fun.
I anticipate now that we've publicized this, there's going to be a long line next time.
Yeah.
300 ice cream treats were given out today, including some special ice cream made for the dogs. I'm sure they appreciate it. Well, tonight, Cooking for Wishes at Polo Grill in Lakewood Ranch, an interactive dinner fundraiser for Make-A-Wish Foundation of Central and Northern Florida. Guests actually cook their own gourmet 3-course meal right there at the table. The money raised helps grant 285 wishes across 54 counties. Some of the recent wishes granted for kids on the Suncoast include a day spent with Mickey, a mermaid excursion on Lido Beach, and a trip to Rome to meet Pope Francis. And I had the opportunity to take part in tonight's event. ABC7 was proud to be a sponsor. A lot of money raised there tonight.
And there's your better half right there.
Yes, he's doing the cooking, as you notice. That's how it goes in our house.
He's doing the cooking.
He cooks.
And he did some auctioneering too, I understand.
He did the auction too. He cooked a steak and then he did some auctioneering.
There you go.
So
He's doing a good
multi-talented.
job there. Good weekend ahead. Really, just a bit warm. Should not be too bad.
All right, looking forward to it. Hope you have a wonderful weekend, and we'll see you back here on Monday.